Tonight, breaking news. President Trump on the world stage, once calling NATO obsolete. What he told leaders about paying their fair share. And the moment that went viral. The president appearing to push another leader out of the way. Now seen all over the world. Also breaking, the closely watched race for Congress. The candidate who allegedly throws a reporter to the ground.
I'm sick and tired of you guys.
Tonight, the candidate has now been charged. Voters are at the polls right now. Severe weather at this hour, several tornadoes confirmed, thousands of flights delayed and canceled just as we approach the Memorial Day weekend. The system moving up the East Coast. The high school under fire tonight, the student who killed himself after administrators questioned him about what might have been on his phone. His mother racing to the school, but her son taking his life before she could get there. And a major rental car company under fire tonight over its fees. And this evening, our hidden cameras and what they find on one of the cars our team rented.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a very busy Thursday night. And we begin with President Trump front and center, meeting with NATO leaders, some of America's strongest allies. But there was a moment that immediately went viral across the globe. After once calling NATO obsolete during the campaign, President Trump scolding fellow members today for paying too little for defense. But it was this moment that caught the attention of many when the president seems to push aside the Prime Minister of Montenegro to get to the front. ABC senior White House correspondent Cecilia Vega traveling with the president.
The America First president on the world stage today, making headlines with this moment. President Trump appearing to push aside the Prime Minister of Montenegro to get in front for a photo op. And as for those allies he spent the campaign offending,
NATO is obsolete, it's old, it's fat, it's sloppy.
President Trump later changed his mind, but today, instead of making nice, he's scolded them.
NATO members must finally contribute their fair share and meet their financial obligations.
He told them the United States spends more on defense than all other NATO countries combined. And now it's time to pay up.
23 of the 28 member nations are still not paying what they should be paying and what they are supposed to be paying for their defense. This is not fair to the people and taxpayers of the United States.
Some leaders serious, others whispering to each other. Canada's Justin Trudeau stone-faced.
Was wir in der Vergangenheit erreicht haben.
Germany's Angela Merkel throwing out a subtle jab of her own, saying it is trust, not walls, that unites. President Trump also face-to-face with the new president of France, congratulating Emmanuel Macron, whose far-right opponent many liken to Trump.
Congratulations, great job.
Their handshake seeming to go on and on.
Thank you very much.
And Cecilia Vega with us now from Sicily. Cecilia, we know the G7 is next. The president could face some tough questions from other world leaders who don't see eye to eye on some pretty big issues.
Oh, definitely, David. We just touched down here, and this one is not going to be easy for him either. Those world leaders are looking to press President Trump on everything from trade to climate change to America's policy on refugees. David?
Cecilia Vega in Sicily. Cecilia, thank you. Next to a contentious moment right here at home. A key race for Congress, voters at the polls today. But overnight, the Republican candidate allegedly throwing a reporter to the ground. You will hear the moment as it played out. The candidate has now been charged, a Fox News crew witnessing the whole thing, saying it did happen. But tonight, voters at the polls have two very different takes. ABC's Clayton Sandell is in Bozeman, Montana.
It all begins when Republican Greg Gianforte, the frontrunner in Montana's special election, is asked a question about health care by reporter Ben Jacobs for The Guardian.
Into the CBO score, because you know you were waiting to make your decision about healthcare until you saw the bill and it just came out. And what you thought.
We'll talk to you about that later.
Yeah, but there's not going to be time. I'm just curious.
The reporter recording it all.
I'm sick and tired of you guys. The last time that came here, you did the same thing. Get the hell out of here. Jesus. Are you in The Guardian?
Yes, and you just broke my glasses.
You, the last guy did the same damn thing.
You just body slammed me and broke my glasses.
Get the hell out of here.
He grabbed my recorder, and next thing I knew, I'd gone from being vertical to being horizontal and on the floor.
The local sheriff charged Gianforte with misdemeanor assault, the campaign insisting he was just grabbing the phone that he says Jacobs pushed in his face. It's unfortunate that this aggressive behavior from a liberal journalist created this scene. But a Fox News crew in the room witnessing it says Ben Jacobs was not the aggressor.
But I did see the whole thing when Gianforte grabbed him by the neck, both hands, slid him to the side, body slammed him, and then got on top of him and started punching and then yelling at him.
Today, Gianforte nowhere to be seen, canceling appearances, his headquarters dark, and voters we talked to today are split. You didn't change your vote. Why not?
I don't think that his little slip up right there really affects how I don't think that he's gonna represent our state.
I don't think Mr. Gianforte is prepared for politics.
This hotly contested race is seen as a test of support for President Trump, who just yesterday was praising Gianforte in this robocall to voters.
He's a wonderful guy. He knows how to win.
And Clayton Sandell with us live in Bozeman tonight. And as those final votes are cast, Clayton, regardless if he's elected to Congress, the Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, now saying this candidate owes an apology.
Yes, he did, David. Paul Ryan today said that Gianforte should apologize to voters, but he also said that voters here in Montana should decide his fate. David.
Clayton Sandell from Montana tonight. Clayton, thank you. Next this evening to the breaking headline late today involving President Trump's second try at a travel ban. Tonight, an appeals court deciding that the ban will remain on hold. At issue was this question: should Donald Trump's words as a candidate matter now that he's president? ABC's Mary Bruce joins us live on the Hill tonight. And Mary, the court deciding those words do matter. They don't change when you become president?
Yeah, David, this all comes down to the president's own words. His call during the campaign for a Muslim ban now seems to be coming back to haunt him. Today, the Fourth Circuit ruled that the president's order to limit travel from 6 majority Muslim countries will remain on hold. In a forceful condemnation, the court found that the president's order speaks with vague words of national security, but in context drips with religious intolerance, animus, and discrimination. David, this is a big setback for the president, but tonight, the Justice Department says it plans to appeal to the Supreme Court.
Mary Bruce live on the Hill tonight. Mary, thank you. Next tonight to that deadly suicide bombing in Manchester, the concert with American pop star Ariana Grande. Tonight, new video emerging of the bomber just days before the attack with that same backpack. Was he buying supplies? Was he scouting them all? ABC's chief foreign correspondent Terry Moran with the video tonight, along with images of the bomber outside his home.
This new image tonight, in retrospect, so sinister. Salman Abedi taking out the garbage cans at his suburban home, wearing a traditional hooded North African robe and sandals. And today, these haunting security camera images of Abedi at a shopping mall just 3 days before the attack. Baseball cap pulled down, apparently carrying the same backpack he used in the bombing. He spent his final night here in a rented apartment just 2 miles from the arena, phoning his mother in Libya to say, "Forgive me." Today, more police raids across the region. In the town of Wigan, clearing the neighborhood after bomb technicians moved in. Police desperately trying to unravel a terror network here.
They call this the Curry Mile in Manchester. It's the heart of the Muslim community here and a very welcoming place. But within 2 miles of this spot in the surrounding neighborhoods, 16 young men over the past couple of years have committed acts of terrorism.
But the people here say Abedi and the others don't represent them.
Terry Moran with us live tonight from Manchester. And Terry, police say they have found several key pieces of evidence in those raids.
That's right. Authorities say the police investigation is hitting pay dirt. Important evidence, explosive caches, suspicious items today, significant arrests. 4 men charged with terrorism offenses tonight. It looks like investigators are rolling up a terror network that they didn't know about. David?
With that memorial there behind you growing by the day. Terry Moran, thanks to you again tonight. Back here at home now, and to the severe weather. Major disruptions at airports in the Northeast rippling nationwide tonight after at least 25 reported tornadoes in just the past 2 days. The latest, this massive cloud swirling in Franklin, Ohio. One of 4 confirmed tornadoes in North Carolina ripping the roof off this home in Iredell County. And all of this just as millions of Americans begin travel for the Memorial Day weekend. ABC's Lindsay Janis at LaGuardia Airport tonight.
Tonight, the system that dropped some 24 reported tornadoes in 6 states.
It's coming this way.
Now on the move.
Things are really slowing down here.
Snarling travel for millions of families getting a jump start on their holiday weekend. Delays and cancellations piling up at major airports.
We're 2 hours delayed so far.
That rain already triggering flash flooding across the Ohio Valley. Outside Dayton, a traffic camera capturing this twister Commuters terrified.
Oh, dear Jesus.
An EF1 tornado with winds up to 100 miles per hour, shredding this gas station. Dangerous thunder and lightning.
Now, what's the extent of the damage?
As that storm passed.
David, the number of flights taking off and landing at all the New York area airports is being cut back, and that's leading to hundreds of cancellations. David?
All right, Lindsay, our thanks to you. Let's get right to meteorologist Rob Marciano tracking it all for us tonight. Hey, Rob.
Hi, David. Just a mist now, but visibilities are low, so travel is slow, and some rough storms just rolled through our nation's capital. Look at it on the radar, that line rotating around the low that's still over Pittsburgh, and it'll slowly move across the northeast tomorrow, bringing with it unsettled weather, eventually pushing out to sea tomorrow night. Meanwhile, next storm up, riding a strong jet stream into the high plains with the severe weather risk tomorrow, but that risk area really explodes on Saturday from Dallas to Indianapolis and beyond. Could be a rough start to the holiday weekend there. David?
Travel safely to everyone. Rob Marciano, our thanks to you. Next tonight, the high school under fire after a student killed himself. School officials confronting him about what they thought was on his phone. They called his mother with him standing right there. She then raced to the school, arriving too late. ABC's Alex Perez in Naperville, Illinois tonight.
Tonight, 16-year-old Corey Walgren's family suing his high school and police, claiming school officials scared the teen so much he committed suicide.
They literally threatened him and scared him to the point where this fine young man thought his life was over.
According to court documents, in January, Walgren was called into the dean's office at Naperville North High School after allegations surfaced that Walgren showed other students a cell phone video with explicit images of an encounter with a 16-year-old classmate. School officials brought Walgren into the office and demanded he turn over the phone, allegedly threatening him, saying he would have to register as a sex offender, all before calling his parents.
Now, they did that interrogation without notifying his parents, although this was a criminal investigation, which they're required by state law to do.
After the interrogation, they called his mother with Corey in the room and told her they wanted to download what was on his phone.
I was like, wait. I said, my head is spinning right now. I need to be there in person.
His mom was racing to the school, but Corey left that school office before she could arrive.
At this point, I didn't know he was alive or not, but I just knew he was dead. I just knew it.
The distraught teenager jumped to his death from the 5th floor of this building. And that recording the school sought turned out to have no clear images. And David, the school here says they are investigating the tragedy, but in a statement, the city of Naperville says they are confident the school resource officer followed proper procedures. David?
Alex Perez tonight. Alex, thank you. We turn next to an ABC News investigation, and tonight you're about to be taken where cameras rarely go. A journalist embedded with a team that the U.S. has supported has called an ally in the fight against ISIS, an elite Iraqi Special Forces unit. But that journalist, a photographer, soon became troubled with the images he was capturing, saying he was witnessing brazen torture. ABC's chief investigative correspondent Brian Ross with the troubling images tonight.
These dramatic battlefield pictures were made by an Iraqi photojournalist, Ali Arkadi, expecting to document the heroics of Iraqi soldiers working with the U.S. against ISIS.
They are against ISIS and they are very strong.
But Arkadi says he soon came to learn the soldiers he was embedded with for months from what's called the Emergency Response Division were no heroes. And tonight, he is revealing the graphic images, licensed by ABC News, that he captured of these important U.S. allies carrying out the torture and murder of civilians, only some of which is suitable for broadcast.
Was this happening all the time? It's happening all the time.
This man, he says, was a sheep herder whose teenage sons were suspected of working for ISIS.
There's not even a pretext here of torture in the name of obtaining intelligence. This is just torture for fun.
Sadistic.
Sadistic.
In a remarkable phone call with us, the unit captain, Omar Nazar, admitted the video was real and said he was proud of what was seen on the tape. I'm already a star, he said, and Ali would make me a bigger star by doing this. The soldiers were so proud of what they were doing, they even sent Arkadi horrific phone videos they shot themselves, showing victims they had tortured and murdered.
And I don't even have words for it.
That's a murder.
It's a murder.
In a statement, the American embassy in Baghdad told ABC News the U.S. has not provided military aid, arms, or assistance to the unit. Yet senior U.S. military officials in Iraq have praised the unit again and again.
And it has been a really fruitful partnership in all regards.
But you heard the leader of that unit there saying he's proud of what was on that video. In the meantime, Brian, this photojournalist has clearly put himself at risk by being the whistleblower. Where is he in hiding?
Well, he certainly has, David. He has fled Iraq and is in hiding after he says he received death threats from the very soldiers who thought he would keep their secrets, and he did not.
His location remains undisclosed. Brian Ross tonight, thank you. There is still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Thursday. The deadly medevac crash, the medical chopper going down near the airport. The pilot killed, thick smoke coming from the crash site. Investigators are on the scene. We have more details coming in. Also, the new headline tonight about the little girl attacked by that sea lion. Her parents now responding to claims that they were at fault. And there is news tonight about possible infection, the steps they're now taking to protect her. And a major rental car company under fire tonight, complaints about its fees. And this evening, our hidden cameras